All right, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Take a minute, get some people in here. How was everybody's week so far? A lot to talk about this morning. A lot going on this week. So if you see this and you jump on, say hello, and get this out here. Anything exciting happened this week? Leave a comment if it did. In just a second here, I'm going to wait a couple more, another minute or two. But a lot to talk about this week. We're going to get started. Truth, freedom, and authenticity. Well, I said it right. Took me a while. I was practicing. That's a big word for me. um, second Friday of the month. Sorry, haven't had a full cup of coffee yet. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Crazy week, right? There he is. Paul, how are you, man? I appreciate it. Blessings to you, family, too. Give the kids a hug. From it, missed you earlier this week, but I know we'll catch up soon. Truth. How many people? I'm going to jump right into this. The truth. I labeled this kind of a twofold. Truth. We need to kind of look inside and see what's going on within ourselves, and then what's going on in the world around us. And we kind of got to kind of put things into perspective and be honest with each other. And it starts with looking in the mirror, right? You got to be honest with yourself first of what's going on. So that's part of the one truth there. We got to be truthful to each other, and to ourselves, more importantly. There's also that new Truth social that's out. You can follow us there at Heroes Media GRP. Not sure if people are on it yet, if you are waiting still, but we've been on it for a while. And it's definitely a different type of platform. And I think from the social media side of things, you're seeing companies kind of go back and forth with it. So it's going to be interesting. And I say that because, protect your minds. Freedom do we have it? Do we still have freedom as much as we think we have in the past? Yes, we still have a lot of freedoms and whatnot, and it is important for us to kind of stand up and fight for our freedoms, and that means we got to come together. It's not just us here in the United States; it's worldwide. There's things that are going on that we don't see here in the United States, and for good reason. Propaganda, we're just as guilty of it as a country. I think, personal opinion, but the mainstream media is it's a propaganda machine. I would think, and we need to protect our freedom. So again, kind of look into that, and then also authenticity. And I kind of stole this from Not Your Average Operator this week, because it's one of the things that they talk about. But I felt that it was important, and I feel like it ties in with freedom and truth. Is we need to be authentic with ourselves and each other, and I think you would see, if we can do that, how much further we can go in the world. That being said, I'm sorry, phone keeps blowing up. So these are all good things: truth, freedom, authenticity, and they all kind of tie in together. So that's how I kind of wanted to start the show off this morning. Tanya, good morning to you. JD, good morning. Oh, JD, I got something for you. Shay, good morning. Top of the morning to you. I am feeling lucky today, folks. I'm feeling lucky. I have no idea, but I just, if it's Friday and I'm going to be positive, I'm going to feel good, because that's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to be positive, regardless of everything else that we have no control over right now that's going on. Like, huge gas prices. I called an Uber the other night, and one of the local Amish people showed up to give me a ride. No, it was a joke. I'm just kidding. But with gas prices being the way they are, it could easily see that happening. Was that wrong? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. But Nicole, good morning. How are you? Oh, so good to see you guys on here this morning. Good stuff. What else? Truth, freedom, and authenticity. So I've kind of touched over that. We're going to move forward here. Think about it. And if you guys have comments on truth, freedom, and authenticity and what I just talked about, then leave a comment about it, because we're at that point. We got to do that. Travis, good morning, brother. How are you? From the car dealer, waiting on my car. Oh, nice. Horse and car. Paul, I'm not kidding. I saw a meme yesterday where it's like, gas prices are so high. This was the Uber driver, and it was an Amish gentleman, and there's quite a few around here. I kind of live in Amish country. I'm not far from Amish country and whatnot, so I actually started looking. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get some property and buy a horse. It's back to horse and buggy days. So, what else we got coming up here? It's March Madness. I brought that up last week a little bit. Those of you basketball fans, college basketball, we're going to be at some of the NCAA regionals for men's and women's. We've already covered some of the women's tournaments already. Sweet 16 up in Philadelphia, and then we're going to be down at the Final Four in New Orleans at the beginning of April. So if you're going to any of the events for men or women's NCAA tournament games, let us know. Also, this weekend, if you're down in Arizona and you are a NASCAR fan and you're going to be out on the track, make sure you look for a very suspicious man. His name is Jeff Demers. He's kind of a scraggly looking. He's got a lot of gray and whatnot. JD got us back out on the track, and we're super stoked to be back out there this year. It's been a little bit since we've been out there, I think, but we always love working with NASCAR, and him and Rhonda are going to be out at the track this weekend. So if you're in Phoenix and you're going to go to NASCAR, keep your eye out for HMG. Jeff and Rhonda will be out on the track. For a happy thing, oh, jeez. Announcement, April 9th in Tennessee. I believe it's going to be in Memphis, Tennessee. We're doing Operation Give Back and Operation TP Freedom. I'm going to put the links up and whatnot. It's for the Tennessee VFW Foundation. They got an event going on. It's going to be dinner with Uncle Si from Duck Dynasty, and there's going to be a concert. And this is going to be April 8th and 9th. General admission is $20, and concert door opens at 3 p.m. on April 9th. So I'll have a flyer on there. So if you're in and around the Tennessee, Memphis area, make sure you go check that out. I will be out there. Travis from Oscar Mike Radio is going to be out there as well. And you see a bunch of people. So if you get a chance, come on out. Yeah, Uncle Si is freaking awesome. Do you know he was a vet? Uncle Si is actually a veteran as well. JD out there all weekend. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing the pictures and stuff like that, JD. So it's going to be awesome. Have a great time. Also, if you're in the Tennessee area, I got to give a shout out to one of our partners, Short Mountain Distillery. They have partnered with our sister company, HMG Beverage. Go to Short Mountain this weekend. Make reservations. Go out there. Take the tour. Try some of the bourbon that they make, and definitely try our gin. But the tour is awesome. There's a lot of history that goes on out there, and the food is spectacular. So if you're looking to, some of you have been asking, hey, where can I get some of the gin? Right there. You can go to Short Mountain Distillery in Tennessee, or it's also available at Bricktown Brewery in Springfield, Missouri right now. Now, we are expanding. I will keep you posted on that. It just takes a little bit longer than I anticipated, so bear with me, but absolutely love you guys for asking. Thank you, and thank you for being patient with us as well. Chris, mornings. My lucky charms. That's a personal question, Chris, and I'd appreciate it if you stay out of my business. Thank you very much, sir, for that. But I am feeling lucky. I want that bow tie. Tanya, after maybe I'll sign it. Maybe we should do a giveaway. Shad, good morning. Christina, good morning. Appreciate you all being on. This is great. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, Tennessee is where it's happening. We do a lot of stuff in Tennessee. We're very blessed, and we're going to be expanding outwards. So if if you want, I'll put it to you this way: if you want any of our spirits in your area, the best thing that you could do to help us out right now, and I will do a finder's fee, is talk with your local bartender or get a hold of your local distributor and get them in touch with us, and we can start the process that way. So thank you very much, you guys, for your support with that new venture, HMG Beverage. Certainly appreciate it. So again, Tennessee, Short Mountain Distillery is where you can pick it up right now, or if you're in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, soon to be all over Missouri, Bricktown Brewery at Springfield, Missouri. You can check that out. Patriot Pride, Mark, good morning. What is up? Ozzy Ramos, what is up, brother? How are you? Long time no talk to. Thanks for jumping on. Man, Ozzy, you got some stuff coming up too. Why don't you leave a comment and let everybody know what you got coming up? I think you got something coming up in May next month, do you not? Good to see you, brother. Awesome. Man, this is great. Let's get started on the shows. Here's what you missed this week. We got a lot of shows. You guys got spoiled again this week, man. I'm telling you got spoiled this week. First up in the queue, we got the Decision Hour with yours truly. Titled this one, The Ride to Freedom, with my friend Judy Mark. A couple weeks ago, you guys heard me talking about the Freedom Convoy that was going on up in Canada and the Freedom Riders and all the stuff that was going on up there. It's kind of disbanded, but they're not necessarily disbanded. They're just spreading the word out more. And because of that, it has that trickled effect down into the United States, and the Freedom Convoy around here wasn't getting a lot of coverage. Went down one area, saw a few, didn't see much, but they didn't get into D.C. because there was threats that they were going to be fined and all this other stuff, so they're kind of roaming around the D.C. area. But this week, I talked with my friend Judy Mark. She is a serial entrepreneur. We start the show off, but she kind of shares how she became an entrepreneur at the age of 19 and where that journey has taken her. And then we fast forward to the present to discuss the Freedom Riders and the Freedom Convoy that happened up in Canada, and why it happened and how it started, and more importantly, why. She takes us to the front and shares her experience riding with the Freedom Riders and bringing awareness and updates as she went live almost every day pretty much on her Facebook page. She was up there quite a few days. So anyway, I'm going to leave that up there. It was really interesting to get to know her more and find out the things that she's doing and how she's still staying involved with all of those things up there. So you can check it out. I'll leave that obviously after the show. I'll put all these notes in the comment section so you guys can go follow these people and whatnot as well. Doc, how are you, brother? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Appreciate you. Ozzy, yes. Yeah, but leave a comment, Ozzy. Put your stuff up, man. Let us know. Let me see here. Next up, Oscar Mike Radio with the man, our buddy Travis. Let me see here. This one here this week. Guy Bensing, Navy veteran, served aboard a ship during the Gulf War. Found out that he could share his love and passion for the St. Louis Blues by creating a fan-based show for people to enjoy. Guy has been producing the Blues Note fan report for over 4 years. He's a member of the St. Louis Blues Warrior hockey team and loves all aspects of hockey. This is a really cool episode, and to hear the passion in his voice to talk about hockey, that's what really gets me going. I like shows like this because you can hear the passion in the person's voice. So check that out. That's this week's Oscar Mike Radio. Good show, Travis. Really cool episode. Let me see here. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. This week, discussing emergency prepping while living in an apartment. This one, those of you that are living in an apartment, you definitely want to listen to this one. This was pretty eye-opening. This was actually pretty cool. Check it out. This week's The Arms Room Show. Next up, not your average operator. The cost of being authentic. I'm going to start this one off with this. It's a quote. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night, the day, thou shalt not then be false to any man. William Shakespeare, Hamlet. Yeah, I didn't write that. People often speak of being authentic. And what does that really mean? What does it mean to be authentic, and how does it play out in our everyday life, right? Authenticity is the context of this episode this week, defined as the degree to which our actions are aligned with our values and desires, especially when there is pressure to behave differently. How closely are we being true to ourselves? It's such a great question, and this conversation was really cool. In the conversation, you're going to hear examples of work and personal relationships where a straight conversation took place and authenticity was restored. Our host distinguished between authenticity and being an ass. You can be straight and kind. You can clear up a past error and end with no negative charge in the space between you and the other person. This was really, really cool episode, and this is one where everybody can learn from it. So check that out. That's this week's Not Your Average Operator on being authentic. JD, Next up, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast with our gal Shay Sparks. She spoiled you this week. We got two. First up, we have. Let me see here. How do you build, learn, utilize, and enjoy your money? I gotta have it first. So, from grocery store bagger to being an entrepreneur, guest Daniel Blue shares his inspiring journey of overcoming addiction and starting his business. Freaking awesome. This is a good one. Second one is part of her vintage episode. When was the last time you acknowledged all the ways you have grown? We're taking it all the way. This one episode, we're taking it back all the way to 2018. This was her second episode that she did with the Power of Investing in People podcast, part of this vintage series. So in this one, she speaks with a good friend, Christine Bowen. She shares her journey of entrepreneurship by creating her own reality and for being an example of others through her creativity. Christine is a really cool individual. I've had the pleasure of meeting her several times, lunch and hanging out in DC and stuff with her. So check this week's episodes out, the Power of Investing in People podcast. Great episodes this week. Al, good morning, brother. How are you? You're never late to the party, bro. Duncan, good morning. How are you? Howdy. All right. What do we got next? Oh, we got another one here. Time to shine today with our buddy Scott Ferguson. Interview with international expert in water yoga. Krista Fairbrother is a aqua yoga coach and trainer who's passionate about helping people get fit and healthy. One of the things I really took away from this episode was one of the questions that was asked is a good yoga instructor will see what level you're at, and they will synthesize your skills to communicate in layman's terms what you need for your practice. This was a really cool episode. And those of you, I don't do yoga personally myself. I've tried it a couple of times. I'd like to get probably into it more. But this was really cool. And she really does break things down into layman's terms in this one. So check that out. This week's Time to Shine Today. Let me see here. Chris, it doesn't. Wearing his leprechaun suit and his bow tie. They're there. Chris, love you, brother. Maybe next week I'll get like a green top hat and some glasses or something for the show. I don't know. I feel like I spoil you guys sometimes. So we'll see. All right, next up, we got to move on here. Label Free podcast this week. Let me see here. Karina Tello, bilingual international real estate broker, commercial real estate lender, and investor, successfully has closed hundreds of residential as well as dozens of commercial transactions in Illinois, Indiana, and Oklahoma. She's a highly skilled negotiator, fundraiser on both not and for-profit organizations, luxury goods, budgeting and real estate portfolio strategizing, and she's also a licensed court interpreter. Really cool episode. Check that out. She's also got a second episode for you. Hillary Burns, 30 years of experience consulting with international companies, 30 years of coaching people to create the lives that they love. She's a mother of 2 amazing children. She's also the author of The Second Piece of French Toast. And she's a podcast host of Getting Real with Hillary. So great episodes this week. Make sure you go check them out. That is from the Label Free podcast this week. What do we got here? Chris, you won't do it. If I can find the stuff, I've actually thought about it, Chris. Now you're calling me out. I see what you're doing. I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to into peer pressure. Judy Marks, good morning, dear. How are you? We just talked about you a little bit earlier on your episode. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. All right, next up, moving on. MSEC podcast with Military Child Education Coalition. Those of you active duty, Guard, Reserve, doesn't matter what branch of the military you're in, really, you can benefit from this organization. They have a lot of resources. This week, however, they are talking about the health and satisfaction of Army families today directly impacts the future of the fighting force of our nation. Representatives from the U.S. Army Public Health Center discussed the health of the Army Family Report and their hope it will bring attention to the Army Family Health and aid in the understanding of the health needs and concerns of Army families. So check it out. That's this week's the MSEC podcast. They got a ton of resources over there. I encourage you guys to go check them out, especially if you have kids and if you're military and you have kids, you definitely want to check it out. All right, we got a couple more left. Stay with me here. Environmentally speaking, another cool. This was a kind of a newer show. It's been on. I should say not necessarily newer. They're probably 30 weeks in now. But this particular show they target more of the Rhode Island area, but it's stuff that you can use anywhere, really anywhere in the United States. So this week they're talking about smart growth. Sounds like something you'd add to your plants at home, right? Yeah, no, that's not what it is. Recently, co-host Clarice went to Ohio on a trip, and a few months ago, Marissa took a trip to Montana. Both states are pretty wide open compared to what they see around the Rhode Island area. What happens when all the land is gone, right? You can't develop outwards anymore. You got to start developing upwards, and that's kind of what they're talking about. So the idea behind smart growth is that you get developers to start looking at particular areas where they can mix uses, commercial and residential, retail and residential in a setting that already has some infrastructure in it. So you're not necessarily even talking about new development. You're talking about redevelopment in areas and whatnot. So it was really cool episode on how they're kind of planning this stuff out and talking about it. So check that out. That's this week's Environmentally Speaking. Andrew, good morning. Appreciate you jumping on. Talked about that event coming up in April, and I'll be posting that. Marty, Hello, good morning. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. All right, next up, and I don't know if JD's still on here. I'm sure he's just itching to see if I read this fully, but I'm going to. So the S3 this week, I already told you, they're going to be out at the track down in Phoenix for NASCAR. But the S3 this week, JD would love to be going over the highest paid quarterbacks who have the same amount of rings as Trent Dilfer. But he can't because him and Rhonda will be out at the track at Phoenix Raceway covering NASCAR all weekend. JD will be posting pics, videos, and tracks from the track all weekend. So make sure you follow him on the S3 Facebook page as well as Twitter at SmartSide. So let me tell you something right quick. He likes to poke. If you guys haven't already figured it out, JD likes to poke death. Now, Aaron Rodgers, highest paid quarterback, or that's what it said this week, and is going back to Green Bay, which I'm happy about because I'm a Green Bay fan. But I'm sure the next show that JD does, he will bag on Aaron Rodgers for whatever reason because he's a hater. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, listen. If you look in the comments right now, he's already talking stuff. I'll let you guys read that. Robin, good morning. Thank you for jumping on. My Aunt Robin, I love her. Thanks, Aunt Robin. I appreciate you jumping on this morning. Thank you. I got to do the bow tie. Marty, I want a photo of Jeff. Marty, nobody wants a photo of Jeff. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, stay with me, guys. Stay with me. We got a couple more left here. Let me see your Baldy Reports. Make sure you check them out. They do their Facebook Lives a couple times a week. You can go over to their Facebook page at Ubaldi Reports. They do some great content. They talk about current events, world events, political stuff, but they hit it on both sides of the aisle. So that's what I love about their show. Check it out, Ubaldi Reports. This past week, We Got Your 6 at 6, they had Fred Lewis on the show from Gold Rush. Those of you that watch those TV shows and whatnot, Gold Rush, Fred Lewis, who is also a veteran, was on one of the seasons of, or a couple of seasons of Gold Rush. So he blessed them with being on the show this week. And Fred is actually, he uses some of the funds and stuff that he gets, proceeds to help nonprofits and whatnot to help other veterans. So that was actually pretty cool. Make sure you check that out. They also had David Chamberlain, who's also a veteran and a first responder. Apparently, they did some great music that night. One of his songs called Freedom Don't Come Free. And he shares the background on that song, and you can find yourself wanting to hear more. Really good episode. You can watch We Got Your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time at the People's Patriot Project Facebook page. So make sure you go check that out. Veterans Unite. They got some episodes coming up. Talk to Chad. Chad, I don't know if you're still on, but he's got some stuff coming up here soon. Also coming soon. We've been talking about it for a while. Just had a nice meeting with these guys. License for Love. Really cool show that they're putting together. And that's going to be launching very, very soon. So check that out as well. Let me see here. Spring training starts next week. JD, spring training. Yeah, make sure you talk about that. I'm kind of curious with all the rumors and stuff going on. Hey, listen. With everything going on in the world, what are you doing? Are you growing your own food? Heroes Garden, check them out. I now do a lot of hydroponics growing. I have a tree garden downstairs, and we can grow like 30 plants at a time. I absolutely love it. So check it out. Go to heroesgarden.com. Start growing your own stuff, people. Start growing your own stuff. You save a lot of money doing it that way. Simper Savage, the best salad dressing and marinades on the planet. Absolutely love this company. You need to check it out. Go to simpersavage.com and get you some. HMG Beverage, we're working on relaunching the coffee, and our tea line will be launching with that. We're a few months out from that. We've changed roasters, so we're getting everything set up there, so make sure you check that out. It's tax season. I got to bring this up because he's going to be the guest next week on the Decision Hour. My brother Anthony from My Tax Fella. Some great new products that they're doing, and they can help you guys get your taxes done and do them right, especially if you're a small business owner. And then, of course, I got to give a shout out to Short Mountain Distillery, our working with our sister company, HMG Beverage. If you're in the Tennessee area, go to Short Mountain and check it out. JD launching a YouTube show next weekend. Dare I add, like, YouTube show for the S3 to be clear? Yes, not something else. Just asking. I don't judge. So anyway, listen, folks, that's all the time that I have. I appreciate you guys jumping on this week, man. This was awesome. Thank you very much. If you stay tuned, check back in about 10 minutes. I will have all the links for the shows that you can check out, as well as the flyers if you want to get involved with any of the donation stuff for the VFW and Tennessee area. That's it. Hey, this weekend, let's protect our mind. Let's not get negative. Try to be positive, and just remember, we can't control a lot of the situations that are going on in and around us. So focus on what we can control, and that's being positive and just making the best of a shitty situation and whatnot. I love you all. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week.